Hey, everybody. Good to see ya. All right. Raise your hands, take a deep breath, let it out, and repeat after me. And I promise it will be short. I am a channel of love and healing. Love flows through me and out into the world. And I am a receiver of all that love. And so it is. Amen and amen. All right, so today I want to talk about divine order and what it is and what it isn't. And the reason that I'm doing this is that in a lot of conversations that I'm having with in different places in unity, in different conversations with people who are unitics, as we refer to them, is that I don't always know that there's a real understanding of what divine order is. And so I wanted to really talk about what it is and what it isn't. And a lot of times what I'm seeing in unity, people are using divine order as from what I'll call an traditional Christian beliefs. Well, it's God's will. Or, well, God made the decision for this to happen. Well, God's going to make the choices for us. And that's not what divine order is. So I'm going to try to give some examples of what it is and what it's not, okay? So I was diagnosed many years ago with an illness, and it was very stress-related, and I was very unhappy in my relationship. I mean, very, very unhappy. But I felt that I didn't have a choice, believed that I didn't have a choice, and then it's kind of like, I had a really strong dad where you made your bed, you lie in it, kind of a thing. Not his fault. Taught me a lot of things with that little quote. But I was diagnosed with it. Now, the first thing is when I got the diagnosis, I went in and I said a prayer and thanked God for this opportunity for me to learn something and to grow. But I know that God, divine order, did not create the illness. The illness was created because the divine voice within me, the God voice, the intuition was saying, you are unhappy, you don't belong here. But I was fighting the intuition. It was not divine order, did not give me this illness or this diagnosis, right? And I let myself be in that diagnosis for a long time. Okay. Like in my mind, I think I'm fighting it but I'm really like succumbing, to it. And then one day, a couple of years later, I really kind of had this wake up call, and I was having this conversation with God. And God said, whatever you choose to do is okay. If you choose to die, that's okay. But if you choose to live, I can tell you that you will know happiness in a way that you can't even imagine. And that you will do things that are so great that you can't even imagine. But whatever you do, I am here. And it's your choice. You get to choose. Well, so that was like in 1989, that conversation. So I was sent back home on a compassionate reassignment in April of 89 to make funeral arrangements because I was not supposed to live to Christmas of that year. Well, we know where it's at now in time, right? So I'm here. But divine order did not give me the illness. The divine love kept telling me I was unhappy. The misery was not in divine order because I was resistant to the change. However, when I decided to love me and that I could find a way to, lack of better words, to freedom, that I could move out of a horrible situation. Things started happening so that I could, right? But where I'm going is that what other people choose to do to us, we'll take that as like, okay, it could be, it's divine order. No. My ex-husband, how he acted was not through divine order for me to have changes. Now, he played a wonderful role in me learning how to be strong and me learning what to do for that. So I took those experiences and I saw how to change them to move my life and to align myself to live in divine order. So I'm hoping this makes some sense. So my healing was in divine order because I was choosing to listen to my inner voice. Was choosing to listen. So when we look out into the world and we're seeing a lot of chaos and I'm really, really having a hard time being centered into that chaos that's going on in the world. So I have to take that moment and step back and to see everybody through love and to know that God's not choosing sides. But I also have to understand that how some people are doing things. If it's cruel, if it's chaotic, it is not in divine order. But I have a choice in how I choose to work with that. And I can get just as ugly as the other person. Wouldn't that be in divine order? I don't think so. Or I can go into a place of calm and I can do what is mine to do to help bring more love, education, awareness, goodness. My actions can do that to help to shift the world. So I'm going to just, I'll have Rick put these on the screen. So this is how I'm going to say what divine order is and what it is, because I really want you to understand. It's not God pushing its will on us. God gave us free will, such unconditional love. And remember, God is not human. God does not have the same emotion of love that we have because God's love has no hate. It has no contrast. It has no anger. It's just flowing and it's just giving. And it's giving us in how we choose to react and what we choose to think. Divine order is cooperation with spirit. It is not passive waiting. Okay? Cooperation with spirit, it is not passive waiting. So, my early years, I'm passively waiting for some magic wand, right? And then when I decided was to cooperate with spirit, because it was telling me and I wasn't listening. Divine order is guidance. So spirit had been guiding me all along. I wasn't in alignment with it. I wasn't allowing the divine order that I wanted to flow through me. I was allowing myself to be that victim of circumstance. But it is guidance. It is not control. So it's again, sometimes we want to be in control of things. We feel like there is no control. Either way. My case was I felt like I had no control. And I had just had to be that victim, so to speak. Divine order is growth through experience. So any experience we have, negative or positive, we can turn that into growth. Like we have that phrase, right? Life can make you better or bitter, right? But divine order would be choosing to be better because, hey, I got something out of this and I know what I can do or I know how I can help people with it. It is not punishment, right? God's not punishing you. This is really important. God's not punishing you. We're punishing ourselves because we're not listening to the divine voice. We're not letting the love come through. We're not letting the faith come through and to trust and to move it forward. Divine order is alignment. It is being in alignment and listening and having the faith and to trust it and to move it forward. It is not resignation. Well, that's where I went, down the kill me now hill, in that resignation. Like there's nothing I can do about it, right? And I can tell you, I still was a unity practitioner. I mean, I believed in unity teachings, But it wasn't sinking in. It wasn't sinking in. And this is where, again, we can hear unity people will say it's in divine order, where traditional Christian, well, it's God's will. No. This is our learning. This is divine order is when we choose to be in alignment to spirit. Divine order is inner listening. It is not giving up choice. So I hope that me using my real life example can help you to understand what divine order is and it isn't. But divine order does not mean everything that happens is good. It means good can emerge from what happens. So if you are in a place and you're having a hardship, it's not God doing it to you. Instead, allow the love of God to move through you to start to alter and to start to shift what it is that you need to do or what you need to change. So, we will say all is well and all is in divine order as we choose to align ourselves with it. And until next time, namaste.